Alright everyone, welcome back to another Pokemon Ultra Sun and Moon Wi-Fi battle. It's been a while since the last one. I wanted to get these out a little bit sooner, but work was just so draining that I kinda ended up putting it off for a long time. After Unfortunately, that was like after I said I was going to be a lot more consistent. But here's me actually trying to make an attempt and actually trying to use some of the energy that I have to bring out another video. So this is actually the semifinals of the RU tournament I had like almost a month ago now. Again, I apologize for not bringing it out sooner. But yeah, this is pretty much it. This is against Alex. So so this so yeah, I don't really have much to say about it. We're just gonna get into the battle. Alright, so Alice leads off with her Swellow. I'm gonna refer to her as her since it's the character. But I lead off with Donphan since, well, Donphan seems like the most middle ground thing to lead off with. So she goes for the U-turn. And this turn I actually went for the knockoff because I thought it was going to either be the special attacking one that you normally see. So I wanted to knock off its choice specs, but she ends up going into Espeon, probably thinking that it was the stealth rocker kind of Donphan. But spoilers, I don't run stealth rocks on my Donphan. Just doesn't seem like the right Pokemon to run stealth rocks. I'll probably have one that runs stealth rocks, but not now. So yeah, she switches it in on a knockoff and it gets completely one shot. It was specs too, so it's probably spec strict. But she switches it into her for alligator and ends up going for a Dragonette. I swapped out my Donphan to go into my Bayonet. This is my Mega Bayonet. And I was expecting Liquidation probably to just knock me out on the switch because that was pretty much just it. But since she went for Dragonette, this gives me an opportunity to Mega Evolve. And no, I'm actually going to go for the Will-O-Wisp just to burn this thing. And I'm actually surprised I land. There's a lot of... I actually landed a lot of moves that probably had a chance to miss even when you were hoping I will land. But yeah, the sheer force light for Liquidation was kind of... It's kind of, well, it's even after a burn, it still does a lot. So I'm going to Ninetales just so that I could get the setup just to weaken Liquidation a little bit more for me, make things a little bit easier. But she probably either thought that I was going to switch, or I don't know what her plan was, but she ended up going for the Dragonette and ended up, well, it kind of goes good for her, but in a way I'm not really sure. So I go into Venusaur since I'm timid chlorophyll max speed and for alligators at plus 2. If it's depending on whether it's Adama or Jolly, we either speed type or I'm faster than it by default. So then I go for the Giga Drain and it turns out that I either won the speed type or was faster because I think for alligator and Venusaur have the same base speed of 80, but anywho, it looks like I might have been either faster or won the speed tie, but I could get drained and one shot it thanks to the life orb. So she goes into her Escavalier. I don't know if she thought I didn't have hidden power fire, but I do have hidden power fire and it's sun boosted, so even if it was careful with assault vest, yeah, it was a living. So it disappears and then she goes back into Swallow, probably thinking I was switched so she get guts boost, but I took a risk here because I could have easily missed and end up dying and go for sleep power, but luckily I landed and it ends up falling asleep. So I figured I'll use this opportunity to get a life orb Sludge Bomb off of it and probably knock it out, but she switches and ends up going into her Flygon, and I still fire off the Sludge Bomb, and the Sludge Bomb does like, I'm gonna assume that's probably 33% or 30%, around that range. That's just my estimation. So 2 more could have probably knocked out. But I'm gonna cut my losses and switch and go into my Gigalith. Well, she actually fires off the Dragonium Z Davidson and Drake. Later on, you see this is actually coming off of Outrage, but this actually shocked me because I wasn't expecting that really. I mean, you probably well, I wasn't expecting the Z move. I was expecting the dragon move, but I just wasn't expecting it to be Z move. But I guess since Venusaur is kind of a bulky monster, it makes sense that you will want to get rid of it as soon as possible. But I ended up surviving it pretty well. I thought it would send me lower, but did I switch thinking that she would go for the Earthquake to knock me out? But she ends up going for the Dragon Dance when I switch into Charizard just to block the attack. And this is kind of well, actually this isn't even bad at all because I don't have to really worry about it because she's gonna go to Outrage, she's gonna go for Outrage and lock herself in it. And this actually gives me an opportunity because now that she's locked in, she doesn't really have much to switch into, so I end up going back into Goodyear, my Donphan, and well, Donphan kind of just cleans up. So I go for the Ice Shard. It's 4 times super effective. Even if I didn't have max attack, I think I would have probably just killed it off. But I'm max attack, max HP. So there goes down. So down goes the Flagon, named Darude. How clever! But then she goes back into this thing, and just in case this thing ends up waking up and hitting me, I don't want to just hit it with an Ice Shard and it doesn't kill. So I go for the knockoff, and I am gonna knock off its Flame Orb, which is good because even though I obviously won the battle here since I have the numbers against her, you just had to be careful, you know. So I ended up going for the Ice Shard, and I get a useless crit. I just didn't think Ice Shard would have been enough to just one-shot it from the get-go. So now her last Pokemon comes in, and it's her Jolteon. Kind of have a brain fart there. So we go for Hidden Power. I assume that's either ice or grass, and it's like 4 boosted, but that just kind of just leaves it open for a kill because had it been Focus Sash, well, it still would have lost because I would have just had priority Ice Shard. But yeah, that was a pretty quick battle with Alice. Donphan really just came in and just cleaned up everything. I like Donphan a lot. I don't like the fact that when you type in Donphan on the Showdown damage calculator, it says "Are you don't bother." I kind of disagree with that. You kind of have to bother with Donphan because Donphan can surprise you. Hell, I even have a few battles on Showdown and even back in 2018 VGC when I played a little bit for fun, where you would find Gunk Shot Donphan. I didn't even know it got Gunk Shot, but that was a surprise. So yeah, Donphan is actually pretty good, and that was a pretty fun battle, even though it ended up in a 5-0 victory for me. It was still pretty fun. So if you enjoyed that battle, don't forget to leave a like, comment, subscribe, and tune in for when you see the semifinals. And boy, the semifinals are something else. Peace.